Hey everybody, it's Odin, and in this week's video, I'm going to be telling you how my school found out that I'm a furry. And by school, I mean both my high school and my college. That's right, high school and college both found out that I was a furry on separate occasions. And you might be thinking, how? Well, stick around and find out. Back in high school, as I may have mentioned in other videos, I didn't have many friends. And by many, I mean like any friends. I was far too busy playing RuneScape and trying not to think about my problems. Namely, I was trying to figure out my sexuality and come to terms with the fact that I was way different than just about everybody else. Freshman and sophomore years of high school were miserable. My body was changing and I had all these feelings. I desired greatly to be different than everybody else, and in doing so, I sort of pushed people away. Instead of just liking different things than other kids, I had to let them know that I didn't like the same things as them. I didn't like sports, so in gym class, I didn't participate. Heck, I was so edgy, I didn't run the mile, I walked it. I mean, I'm not sure if that was just me being edgy or me being lazy, but whatever. Now, this is the time in my life where I transitioned from wearing clothes from, like, Hollister and stuff, like the really preppy shirts and the awful, like, cargo jeans, just terrible, to switching to something also terrible. Hot Topic, skinny jeans, and shirts. And I won't lie, I still wear Hot Topic skinny jeans today because they're the only place that carries jeans in my size, but what can you do? I actually started dyeing and straightening my hair. My hair routine every morning was like 45 freaking minutes to try to get it, you know, that emo style that was popular at the time. And when I was at the movie theater, I remember walking out with my brother and these kids drove by in this car and they yelled very loudly, "Faggot!" So, you know I looked gay. But you know, dressing emo wasn't enough. No. I had to find a thing called furries. So I've already done a video about how I actually discovered furries in the first place, and it was pretty recently, so go check out my channel and see that video if you want to hear that story. It's pretty good. As I've said, I really connected with the furry fandom, and I spent like most of my free time both on RuneScape and in furry chat rooms, like all the time furry chat rooms. And it wasn't enough that I spent like most of my time after school talking to furries. No, I had to let that bleed into my school life as well. And guess what? I wasn't subtle about it. And this, everybody, is where people started to discover that I was in fact a furry. Now in high school, I had this teacher that was really terrible. I'm sure a lot of you can relate, you had some awful teachers. Well, my art school teacher was a complete B word. She was terrible. I hated her. She was mean and annoying and just... that class sucked. However, I decided that I was going to have my own fun in the class, and for assignments, I would draw anthropomorphic characters whenever possible. Yes, I drew furries for my assignments. And that's what I would actually call them, is anthro characters. I wouldn't say furry. No, they were anthro characters. You know, I really didn't want people to figure it out. Yeah, me in high school was not exactly subtle about just about anything. I've also like shared some of these old drawings from my old sketchbooks in another older video, so check that out. It's where I go over my cringy old art. Now, I wasn't good at art by any means, but I was pretty darn obsessed with drawing. Like, I drew just about every day. And like one of the first things I drew was actually my fursona, and it just happened to be a wolf, and you know, look at me now. And as time grew on, my class grew wise to my anthro drawings. In fact, it wasn't even just my art class that I was drawing anthro characters anymore. I had this group of kids that I would sit next to at lunch after a while. Mind you, this is like junior year of high school. And these weren't exactly like friends, because, you know, I didn't really have friends, but they were kids I would talk to and that most of the other school would also find very weird, because, you know, we were kind of the outcasts. So I would be sitting there with my giant sketchbook and I'd be drawing furries. Like just big drawings of furries. Like I wasn't even being subtle at this point. I'd be drawing characters with like rainbow hairs and like wristbands that were rainbow and just more accessories than a Kingdom Hearts character. And finally someone asked me, "Odin, you're a furry, right?" And I sat there in complete shock. They figured me out. How I had so cleverly disguised it as anthro characters. They saw through my plan. I was being so... okay, yeah, I was really obvious about it, and I wasn't even shocked at that point. And I was just like, yeah, I'm a furry. I just admitted it there on the spot, and admitting it is, like, weird. When you say something out loud, it just becomes so much more real. Because I had never said out loud, like, I am a furry. It's like when you know you're gay, but you haven't come out, you haven't said you're gay. It's just, it's different. So that's when the whole school found out I was furry. And like, every school, people talked and they all talked to each other, and word got around quickly that I was a furry. And surprisingly, no one really cares. Not a single person gave me crap about it. Like, for real, I can't remember a single instance of anyone actually giving me crap about being a furry. And this was 15 years ago-ish, where it wasn't nearly as common to be a furry as it is today. And I went to like a pretty rich high school, so I don't know, I guess people didn't care. That, or they, you know, started to discover drugs or something. I don't know. Maybe they started to mellow out. I'm kidding, by the way, don't do drugs. Duh. There really was no dramatic reveal for coming out as a furry in high school. It was just kind of, hi, you're a furry? Yeah, I'm a furry. However, being in college was a lot more of an embarrassing story, so let's get into how my college found out that I was a furry. So years later, I went to my local community college to pursue a degree in business. And I guess the, like, horrible need for attention hadn't quite worn off yet. I don't know why. I guess it's because, you know, I had no friends in high school and desperately craved someone to notice me. And, you know, I was 18, but get this, I went to college in fluffy black arm warmers that looked like this, and even worse, black leggings, like these fur leg warmers that were huge on my regular clothes. And mind you, I was over 18, so I was an adult. I wore this as an adult at school. I can't believe I did that. It's so horribly embarrassing to think about now. Like, what? Why? Why would I do that? I had zero subtlety here. Like, holy crap. I don't know how I found these acceptable to wear in public, let alone private. And, you know, even worse, at a school. Like, they were just so cringy, but we've established by now that I'm quite the cringe lord. I mean, I guess at least I didn't wear ears and a tail, but I honestly think ears and a tail are less embarrassing than what I wore. I just remember this one dude walking past and he'd be like, "Hey, I like your boots!" And I was like, what? And then I realized he thought my leg warmers were like giant furry boots, which probably would have been better. Like, it's weird because I had such bad anxiety back then, and yet somehow I worked up the courage to wear that. I don't know how I managed to do it, because even now that I'm on anxiety meds, I still wouldn't do that. So anyway, that just, everybody automatically knew, like, oh, that guy, he's a furry. And yeah, my college knew. And yeah, I don't know why I decided that was a good idea, man. I still don't. I mean, this was around the time I got a fursuit, and at least I didn't bring my fursuit to college, I guess? I don't know. So, I mean, those are my kind of like short stories about how my high school and my college found out I was a furry. I don't know, I'm 28 now, and I'm just thinking back, like, man, I was a dumb kid and a dumb early adult and a dumb right now. Anyway, if you want to support me, check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/OdinWolf. That's how I keep doing videos like these for you guys every single week. Also, I have a P.O. box. It is right here in the description of all my videos. You can send me stuff. It'll open up in a future video. And I have really good merch, like really great new merch coming out. Check out my store envy. And I'll be vending at future conventions too. It'll be really fun. So if you see me there, say hello and check out my merch. But yeah, anyway, that's how my schools found out that I am, in fact, a furry. It's been Odin Wolf, and I have no subtlety. And as always, I want to thank my patrons, especially my super generous Double Diamond patrons last month, Trafalgar, Taj, and Adelwyn Ironhoof. Thank you 3 for your monumental support last month. You guys are incredible. And everybody at Diamond, King17, David G, Lord Hoot, Jaded Fox, Kalendon, Multiroy, Deku Panda, Jax, and Kunlo. I still can't believe there are this many people at Diamond. Damn, you guys are amazing last month. And everybody at Platinum. And if you thought there were a lot of Diamond patrons, let's get to Platinum. Alpha EOP, Leo V, Wolf Medic, Wolfman 2011, Kevin J, Simon H, Sakagami, Snowy Wolf, Robert Deere, Dante Wolf, Fluffy Cinnamon Roll, Blotto, Dynamo, Tantanka, and Del Dragon. But wait, there's more. Fluffy Shadow Snow, Cutter, Gage, Jiku Mateus, Slip Fox, and North American Patriot. Thank you all for your platinum support. You guys are absolutely incredible as usual. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And everybody at gold, silver, and other tiers as usual, I want to say thank you so much for all your support.